What's up, everyone? How you doing? This is going to be a weird episode tonight, but it's going to be good because we're playing beer pong. What's up, Matt?
We're gonna try some things, seeing if they work.
Here, wait. While we're not fully set up for beer pong, let's just make sure. Can everybody see and hear everything okay? Is there like an uncontrollable echo that's pissing you off? Do tell me what's going on, because this is going to be a trial and error experience tonight. I hope we're okay. Should we just at least open? Ready? I'm not putting it too close to my computer. I don't know if you heard that, but there's no way I was putting it any closer than that.
I see that.
But I am going to save the bottle cap to put in my cup upstairs.
I still have my Raptor right next to me, as I do every episode. So once I can actually gift you the Rapti.
I'm downstairs in the kitchen right now because I had to use the kitchen table to play beer pong, so I had to kick my parents out from after dinner. I think my mom's really mad at me.
Yeah, so that's the one thing about living alone right now. I can just kind of do whatever I want. And yes, it is very crazily like
making your own rules.
I was gonna say I'm making my own rules, and that's fine, but like I don't hate it. Like if I was quarantined with my parents, no offense. I mean, God bless your parents for dealing with you for this long.
No, I mean, really, they need the credit they deserve for that. But also now that Lonnie's nearby, I have that as an outlet. So that's really nice. For those of you who don't know, Lonnie is my sister and she is the coolest. And I get to hang out with her now because she's in our quarantine bubble. So it's good to have someone like my own age to hang out with.
Perri, what kind of exotic drink are you drinking this episode?
I'm drinking this like crazy thing called Blue Moon.
Are you ever gonna?
My this sounds so weird. My dad went to Costco and got me like a big box, and it's like
so now you just got a ton of Blue Moon.
I'm responsible for the big box, so I have to finish it.
Have I made you drink Purple Haze yet?
You have not. What is Purple Haze?
I think I might have. So it's a raspberry lager. It is delicious, and I think this might be your like go-to backup in the future because it is a nice.
Well, wait, raspberry lager, like how much raspberry do you actually get? Because, you know, like
it's raspberry forward. Like it 100%, like a Blue Moon is very orangey, Hefeweizen flavor. Like you don't, this isn't beery.
No, wait, that's not beery is what you're saying.
It's not beery. It's raspberry-ish.
This seems like beery orangey. Like the orange isn't that pronounced in it.
I think you would enjoy Purple Haze. So when we can actually be in person again for the next time, I'm gonna make you drink Purple Haze because this is my go-to, like a summer day, like especially when you're like want that refreshing kind of beer that doesn't really weigh on you that much. This is like a go-to.
All right, you know my beer taste, and I'm gonna trust you with that.
I do 100%.
Okay. In case anybody out there is wondering why we are running late today. It's because, as I said, this is my parents' house that I'm in, and this is their kitchen table, and they had to eat dinner, and I couldn't kick them out of the kitchen any earlier than 7:20, so we agreed on 7:30. So here we are at 7:30.
We appreciate Mama and Papa giving us the family table.
Yep, they were having such a nice dinner too, and I just ruined it. They were doing a Zoom dinner with another couple, and I just came in with like my computer, and I'm like, get out of here.
This is mine now. Staking your claim.
That's what it was. We agreed on it. They knew what the rules were tonight.
It's fair. So, I mean, I'm asking you because I don't even know how this is going. Like, what are we doing here? Are we just going to cut right to the Pong and just start talking about topics? Or do you want to start like with a topic and then go to Pong? Like, how do you want to do this?
It feels like the setting up of the Pong is going to need some like focus and discussion. So maybe we should set the Pong up first and have that be our focus. And then once we're like going, this is like, I'm practicing my shot. When we're going, then we can introduce the movie topics.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I mean, I have a few topics I want to talk about. You know, there's some dates being pushed for films. There's some, quarantine kind of things happening that I think are worth discussion. Plus, there's a few new movies coming out that I think we should talk about. So
yes,
I'm down on that plan. I'm good with that.
All right, are you ready to give this a go?
So you're gonna go explain how it's set up. Explain how this is gonna work.
You're gonna get the explanation from just my perspective because Matt's already fully set up. Let me just
Also, look at can you see my hair? Like wings are just going crazy right now.
You actually haven't flipped your bangs once. All right.
Look at that. It's getting bad. It's like a helmet at this point. This is so bad.
You're lucky you have that much hair, though.
Yeah, lucky, but like I'm months overdue for a haircut, and I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get one again. So these episodes are gonna get weirder and weirder as my hair gets longer and longer.
They're supposed to be that way.
I'm aware of that. All right. Go start the process. Start the process.
All right. So here's the tour right now. I'm gonna unplug the computer. I have the charger down here because I knew that was gonna be an issue.
Wait, Red Hood 23, no buzz cut. Absolutely not. I don't trust what I look like with a buzz cut, and I've never had one.
So this back here is my beer pong setup. This is the kitchen table, and the way we get the right angle to shoot it is. Wait, I'm gonna go to the other side now. You see how I got the cups there, and I have a little stool on my chair. So that's the setup here. And then as I go along, I have the chat open on my iPad here, so I'll be able to keep up as everybody chimes in. So I'm putting my laptop on the stool right now, and that should give you a perfect angle to see me shooting into the cups. And when Matt moves his computer over to his place, it should be the same exact angle, right?
Right. Yes, I agree. So we're gonna do these angles. Do you want me to do that already? Is that you want to put it in the position?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so because
I'm neurotic and I don't want anything splashing on my computer, I'm putting a paper towel right here.
Okay, so you do a little brief talking about what we want to do. Because I was going to do this intro, but if I'm going to go put my stuff over while I'm moving, you talk and just say why we're doing this and our hopes in the future, I would say.
Okay, yeah. So we wanted, well, first of all, Matt and I love beer pong, and we're really good at it. And what we want to do is just figure out unique ways to continue doing the things that we used to be able to do when we were able to spend time in the same room. And if doing this episode and walking you guys through it lets you guys figure out a way to play yourself, then that would be great. So that would pave the way to the next step of the process. And that's twofold. We were thinking about looping in other players and doing a tournament, maybe with some personalities that you guys already know. But on top of that, we were thinking that on nights that we play beer pong, maybe that'd be a good opportunity to interact with some of you more. And I don't know how we'll do this, if it's going to be Patreon related or what, but we were thinking that maybe after the stream is done, we would keep one or two of you in with us and we could play together. So that's kind of what we're building towards right now. So look, we've got the good angle here now.
And also, I mean, to even go off of that, do you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So like to even go off of that, like I'd be fine with doing this at the end of every episode and inviting two people in, and we have topics we come with and there's chat questions and stuff like that. But I kind of feel like if we open it up to two people who already know they're going to play beer pong with us at the end of every episode and just kind of let them have an open dialogue with us that, answer any questions, stuff like that, I feel like that could be a cool interaction too. So that's where I would love to get with this.
All right. So should we also tell everybody about our beer pong foul that will probably make people mad?
I mean, if you want.
I'm gonna get a little something right now. Matt and I like to play beer pong with the cups filled with water. So that
it's water cups, number one. And number two, we're filling them halfway at this point because so our laptops are behind our cups. And like when you play in college, you have like this much beer because you're doing 2 beers per game, blah, blah, blah. And the cups always spill over. The one thing we don't want to happen right now is spillage on our laptops. So we are playing half full. What was that?
I said my mom will kill me if I spill on
Exactly. So to minimize spillage, we're doing half full. And Perri rules up front just to go over them. There's 1 isolation cup per person per game.
Wait, before you go into that, because some people are like, you're cheating if you're not drinking the beer while you're playing. So like, let's say Matt and I were in the same room. Why would you want to get gross stuff from the floor when the ping pong ball falls on the floor in your beer if you don't have to? So we just have this rule where we have to consistently keep drinking as we play. So we're still drinking the same amount, but we have nice clean beers to drink.
I was gonna say my immune system is not like it was in college, where I can just eat that floor dirt playing Pong and stuff like that. Like I'm 31 now. Like I'm not about like.
This is going to be a post-quarantine rule too, because no one's going to want to share ping pong balls when they've been God knows where.
I was gonna say it's what I've been doing for years. I mean, even when we played back in New York, like I converted to water because also I'm not trying to clean up like gross, disgusting natural light and stuff like that off my floor, and like, or you don't clean it up and it sits there all night. This is mature beer pong, is what we're doing.
There is a such thing.
Is there such a thing?
I mean, we're adults, aren't we?
Air quotes on adults. I mean, we can do that. While you're doing that, I'm gonna read some chats here.
How we doing? I'm looking at the chats.
You tell me.
Well, Red Hood approves sanitary beer pong.
Yeah,
Who's asking, is green my favorite color? I ask because there always seems to be green in Perri related media. Billy, my favorite color is actually orange. And I think it's my favorite color because I really like Michelangelo the Ninja Turtle.
I was gonna say I was always Michelangelo, but like kind of drawn to Raphael, so that goes with the red for me.
Michelangelo was always my favorite, but I'm definitely more of a Donatello. And Sophia says that we're also doing this so we don't waste beer, and she is very right.
Yes, we don't agreed on that actually. Agreed on the wasting the beer portion because again, like you knock a cup over, that's how much beer is now gone. You're not drinking. Listen. We are good about drinking our beer, and we're good about saving it now, being cost effective. Like this is adult beer pong. This is mature beer pong. I'm
inching this like back a tiny bit because I'm legit afraid that if one of these cups fall over, it's going to get too close to my computer. If you guys can, like, I'm like a neurotic person about my computer safety.
So.
All right.
What topic do you want to start talking about though too? Because I want to get that going because I feel like we're not just going to play beer pong. Like you're here to hear things about the movie industry as well and hear our takes on things. So I do want to make sure this is valuable.
Go through the beer pong rules first.
I could do that. All right. So number one isolation per person. Obviously an ISO or an island cup. We know what this is. So when it's there, you get one take at it. If you hit it, take two. If you don't, it's done. Number two, there's no bouncing because obviously I cannot reach through the screen and knock Perry's bounce away. So bouncing is off the table. Number three, there's no death cup because again, I cannot pull Perry cannot pull a cup when I hit it. So if we hit two in the same cup, it just means our second shot's dead. We just have to know better. And I think that's mainly the rules, correct?
I think so. We do.
Otherwise,
if you get the ball back, you get up behind the back one.
Which I feel like is a little unfair because my table is tiny and yours is nice and bouncy. But yes, we can do that because you're never going to hit it behind the back. And
I never will. And
I'm not worried about that.
I hope like I have a perfect amount of footage of it so I can share it for the rest of my life.
Also, like no heating up, none of that stuff. Like this is a gentleman's pong. It's just shoot it, get in the cups, just be better than the other person. That's what we're doing here.
Okay. All right. So how are we starting though? How did we do it last time? Are we doing an eye-to-eye thing?
Listen, I'm a gentleman. It's ladies first. This is how we're doing it.
You're a sucker. All right. So
I'm a sucker.
I'm going to go, okay? You ready?
Go for it. Yeah, what am I, like, I'm in another state, Perry. What am I going to do?
I'm just nervous. Everyone's watching now.
I'm across the country.
Hey, I got it back. Ready? It's going to be easy.
Come on.
Yep, that didn't go well. All right. I have a couple spare balls here. I also need to wet this ball because I have a better grip on them.
When you're playing Pong, always wet them.
Context. All right.
Always wet the balls.
Shot.
Go ahead.
All right. So I got one.
You got one.
I
feel like it's so dark back here. I need some better lighting, but all right, I'm taking my two. Ready?
All right.
One.
Of course.
Damn it. Oh, behind the back. On the table.
All right, let's see.
Hold on.
I'm so mad. How is this happening?
Why are you mad? Why are you mad?
That was a really good shot. I'm actually very impressed, and I'm just jealous.
Because I hit my first behind the back. That's one. Ah. All right.
Let me play a little. All right.
Listen, we got a whole episode, Perry. This is whatever you figure out.
I thought that was going in.
I heard it bounce on the. No, that's not how that goes.
Twice.
Also, for anyone wondering at home, I am using hexagonal beer pong cups. They're called hex cups, and they are a pain in the ass to shoot on, actually, but they make for perfect racking. So, I don't know, if you're a degenerate like I am, get some hex cups.
Sounds like bullshit to me.
How is it? Wait, what are you talking about?
How is there not more space for you to sink the ball because they perfectly align?
Okay, so think about a circular cup and think about how many times it circles around and goes in. I don't have that ability. If I hit it in the wrong way, it's because it's a jagged cup. It's just bouncing the hell over here and over here like that.
So it's like, even if we were playing in person, we couldn't play with the blowing rule because you're circular cups.
Hex cups 100% remove that, but it is a very cool idea. Like if you play a game like Rhombus that has like 25 cups and stuff like that, it becomes better for that. But all right, so let me hold on.
All right.
Oh, that's way off. Sorry. No, that's way off. Nope.
I'm the worst at trying to distract people, and I also can't figure out if I'm actually distracting that because I don't know if he's looking at me when I'm.
I was gonna say you're a little like screen. Like yeah, if you were here in person, I might be distracted, but that's not how this works.
Yay.
There you go.
Okay, let me get this. Oh! All right, how many cups you got left? 3?
I got 3. You're at 4, right?
I am.
Ah. I won't go with that one. Oh my god, wait, I just hit 2 to start off, or 3 to start off, and now I just hit none.
I got a good one here. Doug Chiarello says the loser has to strike the pose of the painting behind Perri.
The hell is behind? Oh god. I was like, what is behind Perri? This sounds terrible.
This is a painting that came from my grandparents' house. It's just like, you know when something was in like your grandparents' house your entire life and it's ingrained in your head?
Yes.
I don't know. I kind of love that it's here. All right. I need one.
Wait, I love everyone in the chat right now trying to figure out the geometry of like what I just said. Like, I swear to God, it's harder to hit the hex stuffs. I swear to God, it is so. As someone who's played way too much beer pong in his life, the solos once you get on a rock, it's fine, but the hexes are always just like a little bit harder to hit. But also find that geometry major who can tell us if I'm right or wrong. That's the chat's goal right now. God damn it. All right.
I did have to wear a GoPro so people could watch me trying to find the balls after.
I was going to say, you're going to spend more time off camera on this episode than you are on camera.
This is the worst house.
Just hit some cups.
There's just like dog stuff and like tables and chairs all over the place. Did you go? Did you do both?
I went and I hit one, so I'm down to 2.
Okay. I'm gonna get it. Oh, you're down to 2. Shit, I really need this. Got one.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, I could just leave it there because we're not. Oh, I remember the rule we said last time. If you hit the same cup, like it just doesn't, like you don't get it.
Oh wait, no.
I should have left.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Also, though,
I will.
We're gonna start taking questions because I see a question that is very interesting here.
Oh, I thought I was gonna get 2. What's the question?
Okay, so Mirror Domain says Timothy Olyphant has just joined The Mandalorian season 2. Best Timothy Olyphant performance: Scream 2 or The Crazies?
They're 2 very different movies to compare because he plays such a different character in both of them. But I'm biased just because of how obsessed I am with Scream, and also because that's the showy role. But I also do adore the remake of The Crazies.
I think the remake of the Crazies is one of the best remakes of like the decade. It's just in the remake craze, it does everything right, and it's so different from the original. But also, I'm going to throw a wild card out there and say his villain role in whatever Die Hard movie he was in. Like, I want more of that Timothy Olyphant. Just let him go wild.
I want more Timothy Olyphant from. Oh my God! Why is the show Santa Clarita Diet?
Santa Clarita. Well, I mean, also
shame on Netflix for canceling that.
That's fair. Also, we're doing one rack per game, right?
Yes, one rack.
All right, I'm taking my rack.
Rick is seconding my love of Timothy Olyphant in Santa Clarita Diet, and Christy misses it too. I don't know what Netflix was thinking.
Well, there's just so much he can do and so much he's not allowed to do, which I think is the issue. So like when you get him in something like a shitty Die Hard movie where he gets to play the crazy villain, though, like he's not allowed to do that often. I love that. One.
Oh. Did you get both of them? God,
I did.
I can't believe we're already starting this way, Matt. All right. So I should rack now because I won't be able to re-rack mid-turn.
Right. So obviously, end of game rules. I have hit my cups. I'm unofficially the winner unless Perri can hit all of her cups.
Okay. I'm in trouble, which makes me nervous.
You are in trouble.
Oh, it literally rolled into all of them and then off the table.
I was gonna say, it doesn't sound like a hit.
All right, fuck it. You win the first one. First F-bomb of the night.
I'm going to assume the first of many.
I know, probably. Wow, I feel like I've just created a third ping pong ball because I definitely only took 2 out, but there's another one over there. Maybe that was a leftover from the last time we played.
All right, so while we're setting this up though, let's go with our first like actual topic of the night. Movies that are getting pushed back. Or not even pushed back, indefinitely suspended. And I feel like this is a theme that's going to keep happening. But I'm very curious because The Green Knight, Edgar Wright's new movie Last Night in Soho, and Dream Horse all got indefinitely postponed. So we don't know when they're going to come out. And all we know is that they're still going to come out in theaters. And I think that's interesting, especially for a film like The Green Knight, because it's A24. It doesn't really... It's going to benefit from theatrical, but it doesn't need it. And The Green Knight was one of those films I actually put, like, when this whole thing started, I thought that was going to come VOD, like, before anything. I thought A24 was going to be like, all right, this is not going to come to theaters. It didn't premiere at South by like it was supposed to. Let's just get it on demand and, like, let's go that route with it. So, I mean, like, what do you think about this? Like, they're delaying it indefinitely, but I think that's so kind of odd for a film like The Green Knight.
I can understand why you would say that about a movie like The Green Knight. I mean, actually, I shouldn't even say that. Like, I don't really know how much money that movie cost to make. And if it does make more sense for that one to get a theatrical release, also because we don't fully understand the domino effect releasing something digitally first is going to cause. So if it was in A24's financial plan to have a theatrical money-making opportunity and then more thereafter, it would probably be beneficial for them to just wait. And also, I don't like that this is happening, but I prefer that certain companies are not necessarily redating their movies, but they're suspending them indefinitely because who knows what's going to happen in a couple weeks. And who knows what's going to happen to all the movies that were dated for later in the year now if we get a second wave.
That's the whole... I didn't even put this in our... So Perri and I have a doc throughout the week, and we just throw stories in and like what we're going to talk about. Should have put New Mutants in because New Mutants is confident it's hitting theaters at the end of August, which again is the most hilarious thing to me because it's not going to hit theaters at the end of August. Like somebody like gets off on just delaying this film and they just keep putting it in slots it's not going to release in. There's no way. I don't see this releasing at the end of August.
I'm almost finding it funny now that it just gets worse and worse and worse for New Mutants. Like That's a movie where I'm like, it's been through enough already. Just release the thing on digital. And
It has the hype.
What does Disney have to lose anyway? It's like they didn't pay the production cost of that movie. They bought it off of Fox. So it's like they have a lot less financially to lose than other companies that actually put money into these movies.
And also, like, this is the Marvel horror movie that they didn't want to make with Doctor Strange. So to me, this just feels like that one film, just like, get it out there and get it done with. Like, why are you delaying something you obviously don't give a crap about? I mean, MK Songbird just said, like,
the dating of things at all, though, right now.
No, totally. But I'm going to say MK Songbird just said that, like, stills have been coming out for New Mutants the last, like, few weeks, and they look awesome. Like, I am so invested in this film at this point that I want to see it so bad. I would pay $25, $35 to see it on VOD right now. But something like The Green Knight doesn't have that hype. The Green Knight was going to rely on South by reactions. I mean, that's the kind of film A24 makes. Like, they make films that are for film nerds, but not necessarily the mass public, I think. And that's why, to me, a film like The Green Knight, just go VOD with it. Like, it's selling as they're the witch of medieval times. It's not going to be that. That's not the kind of movie David Lowery makes. I think this is going to be a lot more dramatic and fantastical as people are thinking, and not as horror driven. And again, like, it's just going to be a better VOD title, I think.
I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, you might not be wrong with a movie like that. Just because I feel like the type of movie lover that would really spend the PVOD price on an A24 movie, like, while we're all home, we'll all still prioritize them, I think. So they still could make a good deal on that. But also, I don't know, like, let's not forget that Apple has arrangements with certain streamers right now. And I wonder if I don't know why PVOD would complicate those relationships, but I wonder if it's just not in their financial structure anymore to drop a movie like that when certain other movies are obligated to go to streaming services. I don't know. I would really have to look at, like, the overall scheme that they have going on right now, but I'm still torn on it. And I still think that everyone needs to chill out and stop dating things, because it's going to keep moving. And I know that typically the film industry likes to call specific hot dates early on so that you scare other studios off and you claim that spot, but it doesn't feel possible right now. It feels like one crapshoot after the next. And I don't know, maybe I've just grown sour of covering it because I'm a little sick of the same story over and over, but it just feels like we're dating things just to have them move again.
And again, the reality of this is, and it's something, again, I tweeted today, when the news broke about Green Knight and those films, I was kind of like, not surprised to hear they're being indefinitely postponed, but I'm surprised for The Green Knight, and I'm surprised for that kind of film not to hit VOD, because we don't know how theaters are going to be when they even open. Everyone is assuming that when theaters open, they'll have the right precautions and everyone's going to go right back. And it's like, we don't even know that. But I hear you want to read something, so go ahead.
I do, because Billy made a funny.
Okay.
That dating is overrated. Staying single is where it's at.
Don't you know it, dude? I have
another one here we could talk about. MK Songbird said, "Did Minari ever have a release date from A24?" I don't think it did. I was just talking because some of you guys know we just interviewed Greg Nicotero for Witching Hour, and he brought up Stephen Yeun at some point in the conversation, and I stopped and I thought, whatever happened to Minari? Was anything ever announced? And I don't think there was.
A24 gets weird about that kind of stuff. Like, you won't hear anything about some of the releases for. Hey, Slice. I mean, not saying like it deserved to have a release date for so long, but they just make some of these films that they don't know what to do with, and it just sits there, and then it'll just hit DirecTV. Like, A24 has specific contracts with DirecTV where some of their films are just made to go to DirecTV first and hit VOD, where others are theatrical. So it's such a balancing act with them. But one, did you ever introduce you to Jenny Nolf? Do you know Jenny?
Yes, I do.
Right. So Jenny made a funny comment that really stuck with me. She's like, A24 only markets the movies they can make memes out of. And it's really fucking true. Like, it actually is very true. The only films that they put their money in are the ones that they can make fun, like memes that stick out of.
What A24 film can't have a meme?
Can't have a meme? I mean, like, what, The Monster, like Slice, like there's so many of them that can't, and they're the ones that get buried.
can't.
Yeah.
I mean, really anything is memeable nowadays. We also have a super chat from Caleb. Cheers to you, Caleb. And happy belated birthday again. Caleb's birthday was on Monday, so I hope you had a great day, and I hope you're having a great week. You deserve it. Do we want to
All right, that was a top. Yeah, that was a heavy topic. Let's do some things.
I'm so happy that we're doing this while I'm in the kitchen, so I could just go to the fridge and get another beer when I need one. Wait, so you go first now because you won.
Yeah, winners go. Do we want to start a Scoob review now, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. No, you go and I'll talk a little bit about Scoob. So
okay.
Both of us did see Scoob, which of course is Warner Brothers release that they opted to release on PPOD, and I think it's available to own at a premium price as well right now. But the movie is obviously a Scooby-Doo movie. It features all of the characters you know and love from the original property, but this time around, they get into the backstory of Mystery Inc. and how Scooby and Shaggy met. And it also brings in a whole bunch of different Hanna-Barbera characters like Dick Dastardly, who is the villain of the movie, the guy that they're going up against. And what they're trying to stop him from doing is essentially kind of like opening the gates of hell. So that's what this movie is about. And I had some fun with it. I'm a big Scooby-Doo fan. I'm not like a Scooby-Doo nut where I know all the details and all the different episodes. I don't have that kind of memory with it, but I have always been a fan of that character and that brand, so I was very excited to get to spend more time with those characters, and I'm kind of glad that I did, but I still don't think they did anything with that movie that made me say, like, I need more of this right now, and I actually think some of the choices they made stripped it of some of its original charm.
So that for me was the big thing, and you can take I hit one cup, so I'm one in. But no, that was the big takeaway for me, where it's an adorable family movie. Like, it's fun. It has the moments that you want. Like, Dick Dastardly has these robot minions that are like, you know, you can like laugh along with, and it's funny. But it's not a movie about Mystery Inc. It's a movie about starting the Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe. I saw that. Yeah, it's a movie that's more engaged with creating a universe than it is talking about Scooby-Doo and things that fans will like. So it's like there's some throw-off nostalgia moments where you get like the Hex Girls, you get these things that like Scooby-Doo fans will recognize, but they're just in the background. It's a poster or something like this. And the crux of the story is really driven by like Blue Falcon, and then like they interact with Captain Caveman. And it's kind of like, all right, so are we going to build the actual Mystery Inc. team first and then get into this? And no, the answer is very much no.
There were so many moments where Fred, Velma, and Daphne just disappear for a lot of time. And I'm like, they're never coming back. And eventually, you know, they do come back. They get a good deal of screen time by the end. But I don't know. I missed all of them being together.
I was going to say, I would argue that they get a good amount of screen time because they get screen time, but it's just at the end. And I understand that, like, you know, in every episode of Scooby-Doo, the gang always splits up. That's a thing. It happens. But this is for a whole movie. This isn't just for an episode. It's kind of crazy the way that, you know, it's like a Trojan horse almost origin story that is just about something else. And they just use the Scooby-Doo name to get you there.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. Especially because what I love so much about old school Scooby-Doo was the fact that there was real spooky elements that kind of kept you on edge. Of course, it was a little silly, but I love the grounded idea of a group of kids and a dog trying to figure out whether a spooky thing was really supernatural or not, and that, you know, the rip off the mask and the reveal type thing. And
yeah.
There's too much supernatural and also superhero in the movie. I thought Mark Wahlberg made a great Blue Falcon, but I didn't think he served enough of a purpose in this movie.
I would say that
see what they're trying to do, but it didn't really work.
Well, what they were trying to do was build an insecure superhero who it's a comment on like his masculinity, and it's a comment on, you know, you see him as the spandex muscles and stuff like that, but deep inside he's like so unsure of himself. So I get what that arc was trying to be. I also kind of think Mark Wahlberg wasn't the right voice for that, because Wahlberg is like, he's too confident and he's too into like just being the superhero that you need someone who could play both of those sides. And I forget who, one of my Twitter followers said, like, the minute I heard Wahlberg's voice, I was out on Blue Falcon. But in my mind, I replaced it with Nathan Fillion, and like someone like that who could kind of take that role and like have nuance to it. And when I heard that, I was kind of like, oh yeah, I'm actually like really into that casting.
I actually really did like Mark Wahlberg in that role. I thought that was a good use of a very familiar voice. And really, I thought all of the voice acting performances were pretty great. But I don't know, it was just like, it felt like a whole bunch of cool ideas that didn't come together with much purpose. It's like the way I described it in my review is even if you just want to focus on the visuals, a lot of the visuals were really cool places, but showing me cool places isn't the same as having it all come together. That really makes me feel like I'm in the middle of it. And I never felt like I was standing in the middle of it. I never felt on the edge of my seat or super invested. I don't know. It was almost just like I was being shown something, and I was being shown something that I was semi-entertained by, but it just didn't have that same effect.
It's clean. It's a clean animated family film, and it goes from point A to point B just as it wants to. There's not many stakes. There's not much investment. There is some nice stuff between Dick Dastardly and Muttley, and there's some nice notes and themes. Like it's the kind of film that obviously is going to like have Fred addresses toxic masculinity. This is the millennial age Scooby-Doo, and it's good for that. But also, again, I can't get away from the fact that it's really not about Scooby-Doo, and it's really not about just Mystery Inc. finding themselves as characters more than it is about, hey, look, here's all these other characters you know. Oh, look at these Easter eggs. Oh, look at this and that. And it's kind of like,
Easter eggs were real good, though.
They're good, but like, again, that's when okay, so this is my problem with Alita Battle Angel, is the fact that you have a quote-unquote origin story that cares more about setting up future films that aren't yet like actually assured than it is.
You're making that complaint of Alita?
Yeah, I think Alita itself is not good at establishing a single story. I think Alita gets caught up in trying to introduce these things that will eventually be important, and it never gets there because this is just the first film.
Oh, I very much disagree with that one.
No. I think Alita was a waste.
I was mad at myself for having waited so long to see Alita, and I really liked what we got, because that's a lot of world building for a movie have to do right out the gate, not just to set up future films, but it had to do a lot of that to set itself up. I mean, you can't have that city, you can't have a whole city like that and introduce an overall concept like that and not explain a whole bunch of little things going on in it, you know? The world would
then pare it down. Then pare it down and don't have to.
Small. I don't know.
No, I get that. I think for me, it's just a complaint of we're in very much a time of franchises and building out universes and things of this nature. And filmmakers care more about setting up what's going to come in the future.
Oh.
I saw that. What's going to come in the future versus what they're doing right now. I think Marvel's very guilty of this. I see some Marvel movies that are literally just filler to get between one superhero to the next. And like, that's just what they're thinking about. They're thinking about the larger picture and not a single artistic development.
I disagree on both accounts.
The Ant-Man movies, I'm sorry, the Ant-Man movies are bullshit to me. Both of them. I don't.
You legit can't have a lot of what happens in the last two Avengers movies without the events of Ant-Man and the Wasp.
But they could have been added to certain, like, to me,
and then Ant-Man is just an origin story that adds another hero to the group. Same thing with Captain America, same thing with Thor, Doctor Strange.
And some of them work and some of them don't. To me, the ones that don't work are Ant-Man and Captain America. Those origin stories, I think, are the two worst origin stories.
Admittedly, Captain America, the First Avenger, is not my favorite, but it's not because the story doesn't work for me. It's more so like I was really bothered by Skinny Steve. Like that whole look didn't quite work for me. And I was very distracted by it.
Yeah, I'm reading the chat right now, and I understand that my Ant-Man take is not popular, but...
Oh, yeah. I want to go back to Alita, because I also do think that I actually don't think there's much filler in Alita at all.
Okay, so Alita's a different problem.
Is used to either like build her as a character, to build the world, to establish how it all works, and yes, it is done to tee up things for the future, but not at the expense of the current story.
I'm gonna use my rack. Is that okay?
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to use mine also.
Sorry. So Alita is a different problem where Alita's not filler because it's starting a universe. It's trying to create something. And to me, Alita is too many things jammed into an origin, and only one or two of them become important and the rest just get left behind.
Are you gonna shoot the ball?
Are you taunting me off camera? Is that really it? Okay, yes, I am gonna shoot the ball. You missed me shooting it, so that's...
Did it work? Did you get any?
No. I mean, I didn't get any technically, but that wasn't because you did that. That didn't have anything to do with me missing.
I'm gonna take my rack.
Take your rack. Hold on, I'm gonna try to check the chat.
What's happening in the chat right now? Aaron Plays says Alita Battle Angel is awesome, and Ant-Man is definitely crucial, important for the final Avengers films, and disrespectful to call Ant-Man films just stepping stones for the future. And Rick is saying that this is Merri Hour chat Civil War. MK Songbird said the love interest plot line is the weakest part of Alita. That I'd probably agree with.
That is 100% correct. That is 100% correct.
But I was surprised that made the ending have like a legit emotional payoff. It's like I
laughed my ass off when he fell off.
I wasn't into that relationship the entire time, but then when a certain something happens at the end, I felt it. So I'm like, all right, you guys must have done something, right?
You mean when a torso-less robot fell to his death off a giant fucking...
Yeah, don't spoil it for people who didn't see it.
Alita came out like a year and a half ago.
I haven't seen a lot of people here saw it, though. Oh, Evan's here. Hey, man, what's up? And Steven. Sure. All right, I'm going to concentrate.
Come on, concentrate. Don't listen to my voice. There you go.
Oh, I completely messed that last one up.
All right, so you got one, right?
I got one.
All right. Totally off. Completely. That did throw me a little bit, I'll be honest.
It did?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Last cup. I got this shit. I got it. It's going to happen right now.
I'm hearing it.
All right. Okay. Here we go. I hit the rim twice.
Those are rimmies.
Those were such good shots. Oh, that is everywhere.
I got one.
All right. Well, that means I need to sink this and end this. Oh, Evan didn't ask me how my ankle is.
Ankle's fine. Don't worry about it. It's her arm that's gonna be hurting after this.
Oh God, that's a bad taunt. You could tell everyone what happened to my ankle. You were there. You witnessed it. I'm curious to hear the story.
I was reading the chat. No,
right.
It was scary. I mean, we were hiking and Perri, we were going down a very steep area of the mountain, and Perri took a little dive where her legs came out from under her, and as she should have, she worried that she heard a pop, and a pop is not a good thing. So what she proceeded to do was lay on the ground for about 10 minutes saying, fuck, 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 oh, fuck, 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 oh, fuck, and wouldn't listen to anyone. And we're like, okay, what hurts? And she's like, well, nothing, but I heard something. And we're like, okay, so nothing hurts. This is good. But
it hurt. It hurt.
No, it hurt a little bit.
Matt left out a very key part of the story. Literally 30 seconds before I fell, I said to Matt, I think we're going the wrong way.
Oh, that's right.
And you're like, no, we're not. But I didn't slip, and I didn't really fall or do anything weird. I kind of took a funny step, and then one foot slid forward, and I definitely heard a pop. And then there was a lot of pain. And the reason why I went down was because the pain happened, and there was almost this indescribable wave of nausea and pain that came over me. And I just sat down and laid there. And I was convinced that they were going to have to airlift me out. Convinced.
I didn't realize everyone liked Alita so much. I apologize for the slander in this chat.
Yeah, Alita fans are intense.
I get it. Perri, do you like As Above or So Below? I'm not sure. I saw it. That's fine. Did you like As Above or So Below?
I didn't. I was very disappointed by that movie.
Me too. Okay, this will be a fun conversation.
You get to go again, though, right?
I do, yeah. So all right. If I hit 1, it goes to overtime.
Okay. If you hit 2, it's over. All right, ready? We gotta distract him, guys. Oh wait, did Matt leave? Looks like Matt got booted. He's cheating. That's what's happening right now. I don't know where Matt went, but As Above, So Below. I was very much looking forward to that movie. I loved that concept. I loved the advertising campaign that they had leading up to that. And then the movie just kind of like fell completely flat for me. I didn't like it at all. Matt left. All right, I'm gonna have some fun here while Matt's gone. So Billy says that Matt left because the Alita army came after him. The Alita army is intense. I really admired that group because I feel like I was late to the Alita party, and it was, I don't know, it was mighty exciting just to be able to jump in even after the fact and to cover the movie so late, but have all the coverage be so well received. It's like, in particular, I did that interview with Christoph Waltz a little while back for his Quibi movie, Most Dangerous Game, and he made some comments about a sequel to Alita, and it's just like, I don't know, the outpouring of excitement and gratitude for the fact that I asked him about it on Twitter from Alita fans. I don't know, made me really happy, and it honestly made me love the property even more than I already did. So we're getting some updates from, oh God, I think Matt's computer crashed. I don't quite know what happened. Let's see. It says, I think his computer automatically updated. I don't know. Oh well. Let's have a little chat then. What's up? I'm going to take your live questions right now. So send me whatever you got. I'm here. Let's see what we got here. I'm not reading some of these. Some of you guys. Red Hood. I just scrolled back and read your "he left us" comment, and I said it like Lex in Jurassic Park. All right. Who else we heard? All right. MK Songbird. Heard anything on Gillian Flynn's Amazon series Utopia that finished filming in October? I have not heard anything about that. And I don't know, that was a project that I was tracking for a while. I'm surprised I lost out on that one. But when Matt comes back, maybe I'll take a minute to actually search that to see if Collider's updated on that project recently. Here's Steven. Hey, Steven, how you doing? What does my sweatshirt say? This is Columbia. I went to Columbia for my film MFA, and if you watched that vlog that I did with my mother recently, you know that was one of the toughest decisions I ever had to make, whether or not to go to film school. And it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made, because I know film school isn't really for everybody, and not everybody even needs it. But I think I needed it. And the community, I mean, that's where I met Erlinger. I've made some of my best connections there, and I really do think that enhanced my work as a film critic. So I wouldn't trade that opportunity for anything in the world. All right, what else do we got here? Ian's asking if I'm a fan of Community. I've watched a couple episodes here and there. I'm not the best with half-hour comedies. I feel like a lot of them just kind of passed me by. It's like I casually watched Friends and Seinfeld growing up, but I did not really watch it religiously. And the same is true now of like Community and Parks and Rec. I'm very, very underseen in The Office. I haven't seen much of The Office either. So, all these reunion shows that they're doing on Zoom right now, it's very upsetting because I can't take part in that because I don't have enough of an appreciation for it, sadly. All right, let's Move on down. Ooh, I think I know what this is about. MK Songbird. I feel like Utopia, because of the plot, is going to get postponed with. Oh, never. I thought you were, for a minute, I read that as, oh man, Upload. I was thinking about Upload. I spied the word Utopia and automatically translated it to that. But here's MK Songbird's update on Utopia. Feel like Utopia, because of the plot, is going to get postponed with current global events. Original series didn't hold any punches, just need Sasha Lane to break out and become a star already. Where are we at? Oh my god, so many of you guys are Community fans. I gotta find time. You know what I've been watching lately, though, because of that Greg Nicotero interview? I've been watching Creepshow, which is real good. If you have not seen Creepshow, you can stream it on Shudder right now, but it's also going to be available to own soon, I believe. Oh, Matt's back. Hi.
Technical difficulties.
You actually just left because I won, right?
No, I didn't go yet.
I'm just fucking.
I have one cup left.
We were talking about Community. Do you watch Community? Oh, hey, look at that. Hey, Matt. Yeah, Ira was my teacher for quite a while. Ira was, and so was Maureen Ryan. But I worked closely with Ira for a while, and Maureen was my advisor, and she was amazing. They had real cool professors there. Ramin Barani was also my professor my first year, and Ramin almost scarred me for life because I was one of the only students in the class for the first directing class of the program who had no experience actually making movies undergrad before going to grad school. So I had a very hard time adjusting, and just like Ramin never took it easy on me. He always gave me a hard time and pushed me, and I kind of freaked out because of it the first month of the program, but eventually I sucked it up and I rose to the occasion, and he made me a better filmmaker because of it. I saw that, Matt. I saw that.
Just making sure I saw that.
You log off, and then you do that. All right.
Listen, I didn't log off. This is okay. So you know how you click tomorrow on those updates? It didn't give me the option to click tomorrow. It just hit the update and just shut everything down.
You know what that sounds like? Bullshit.
What?
I'm just kidding. Oh wait. Why did I just put one cup there? Is that 3? Or whatever we're calling it?
3 cup overtime.
All right.
No re-racks.
No re-racks.
What I missed? How many topics? What happened?
Well, we were just casually talking about Community and a little bit As Above, So Below. I talked a little bit about Creepshow, which I love. Do I go first?
Yeah, you go first because you hit to put me into overtime.
Damn it. Why didn't I stop that?
Why didn't you stop that? That's a good question.
Oh, Matt. You got in my head, man.
How did I get in your head?
I don't know. I just want to blame you for me missing right now.
I got one, but I got the one I didn't want.
Of course you got one. I'm taking this very seriously right now.
I know you are. I can see your serious face.
Okay. And I got the cup that I wanted.
Okay, that's fine.
One of them.
One.
No!
Nope, just one.
I feel like if I yell at you, then you're gonna miss.
I mean, again, it's way different than when people are in person. I will mess with you in person, but I can't do anything with you being on camera.
What does this mean for mirror domain? Wait. Question: on a 50-yard freestyle dash swimming, Perri or Matt? Oh, who's gonna win? Can you do you swim?
I don't swim. No.
Okay, I'll win then.
Yeah, you'll 100% you'll win swimming, but 100% I'll win running.
It depends on the distance. I would win super long distance running.
Well, yeah, because you ran a marathon. Let's just rub that in a little more. I get it.
I'm gonna take the credit when I deserve it.
Ooh, Got it before it hit.
Screw it up, Matt.
Oh, that actually.
I would have been happy if you went on that. I can't tell. Guys, tell me, what's the most effective way to distract Matt virtual beer pong style? Is it like going crazy in the camera or is it yelling? I can't decide.
I can tell you it's neither of those. You're just a voice on a microphone.
He's trying to get in my head.
I'm not trying to get in your head. You're in your own head already. You got to hit two.
I'm always in my own head.
Yeah, I know that. One.
No! I feel like
Just
I
one.
just do everyone beer drums out. And I just moved
So wait,
the
can
computer.
I recommend horror movies yet?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to?
Wait. So you got yours, right?
I did. So you have to hit both of these to put me into overtime.
All right. Damn it. My iPad battery is running low, so soon I'm not going to be able to check the live chats.
I can see the live chats. But yeah, so what are you resetting up? Yeah.
Again.
Again, I love this. Like Perri just gets addicted to competition.
I
She just
do.
has to keep going until we were testing it out last Friday.
I should have won that one.
We were testing it out last Friday, and I swear to God, we played at least 10 games to test because Perri wasn't winning them.
It's possible. For the hell of it, Matt, have you heard anything on a release date? Oh, now MK Songbird's asking the same question. Are you aware of Utopia on Amazon?
I'm aware of Utopia.
Have you heard anything about a new release date?
No. Release dates are just, as we were talking about before, it's just such a clusterfuck right now. There's no way.
Matt, who's the most underrated Avenger?
Oh, Hawkeye, obviously.
I had a feeling you were wrong.
Hawkeye is the best Avenger. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
I'll just say Ant-Man because you suck. I'm just kidding.
No, legitimately, like, I really like Hawkeye a lot. And I mean, I know he gets flack because Jeremy Renner plays him, but I don't think Renner does a bad job of being like Hawk Bro. Like, that's who he is in the whole like dynamic of the group. And
I think he's good.
I think he's good. And honestly, like, that's the point when his family gets hit with the disintegration and gets hit with, the ashes and stuff like that. I think it's the first time, not the first time, but like, that's the most effective moment that a Marvel movie has had to me. Like those stakes were obvious, and when he watches his family vanish, I felt a lot of things.
No, I agree with that. I think it was especially good in Endgame, largely because he got more material to work with.
Of course, and again, like Hawkeye himself is just not a main character. Like he's always in the background, so that's who he's meant to play. But I think he does it very well. I think it's really good. There you go.
Thought I was going to get 2 on that one. We have a super sticker. Thanks for the supers. I haven't entirely figured out what super stickers are. Like I would expect there to be like
what is the super sticker?
Like with
what happened when you did that?
What?
I'm asking Andrew what happened when he did it. Did he see a sticker? I don't know.
To know.
One.
They're everywhere.
Just one.
Just one. I would be satisfied with one at this point.
But yeah, so as I always do, I review my horror movies per week. And if you wouldn't mind me, I saw that.
I get so excited every time.
When you're done with this, because you're just going to interrupt me anyway.
Matt!
Okay. So, number 1, there's a movie on Amazon Prime. Actually, it's not on Prime. It's just on Amazon Direct, called Diablo Rojo Pty. It's fine. It's Panama's first. What did you say?
What is it called?
Diablo Rojo Pty. And it's Panama's first horror film. And it's about these buses that just they're speed demons that drive through Panama City and they pick up people for cheap. And it's just a thing in Panama City. And they turned a horror movie. They turned that into a horror movie in the way that basically a driver gets lost on this long road and he doesn't know where he is. And he goes on a really dark path that includes witches, cannibals, lots of face melting, a giant demon puppet. To me, it's very like Evil Dead, the first one, like not even Evil Dead 2, not Evil Dead the remake, but it's a very scrappy DIY horror movie that, yes, the scenes show. Obviously, like it's not well done because it is Panama's first horror movie, but it's still a lot better than most indie horror films. And I had a blast with it. It's like a funhouse vibe. Like you watch it and it's kind of this like ridiculous piece of horror from a country that you know, it's a very unique perspective that we have not seen before. At least, you know, I haven't, obviously. And I think it's worth a watch. So my first recommendation is Diablo Rojo PTY. Let me take
Amazon, you said?
Amazon. Nope. Oh, wait.
All right. Not one of us have called it ISO yet.
Hold on.
Oh, boy.
Ah.
Oh, I thought we were going in for a second. I got nervous.
Just sure.
Whoop, I got it back. Oh, I want to get one of these so bad.
I'm watching. Monocle. So Diablo, I think it's just hovering around 5 or 6. I'm not sure if you can check the page because I told Barkhan he's got to represent it because it's Horror Co. If it meets our certified forgotten, what we do. For anyone that doesn't know, I actually co-host a podcast with Mr. Matt Monocle in the chat right now called Certified Forgotten, where we review horror movies with 5 or less Rotten Tomatoes reviews, and we see if they should be forgotten still. So check it out if you haven't heard yet.
Evan, I see you in the chat with the "That's what she says." Don't do it.
1, 2.
Man.
Sad Perri.
Matt.
What?
I feel like it's all over now.
1.
Ah.
Fuck.
Man, the pressure's on now.
Yeah, it is. I'm down 1. Oh wait, I didn't get to my second rec.
I got 1. Oh.
So my second rec, for those of you who have Shudder, and I'm gonna keep pimping Shudder if you don't have Shudder yet, and you should download it and get it and
get
it.
Shudder.
So there's a film called Monstrum, and it is a South Korean horror film that is also a creature feature set in the 1500s, and it blends some very fun action that's like all martial artsy and it's plenty of swordplay and things of that nature with a giant, we'll call it a giant demon dog who is plaguing a kingdom. And the king basically goes to his best general who is retired and says, come out of retirement, hunt this thing, and just keep me king still. And when I say like this movie is hilarious, it's also incredibly energetic and engaging. And it hits that perfect vibe of like humanity has failed a creature in a way that you just root for the creature to kill everything in its sight. That is Monstrum. And it's really all I want to say about it. Like Monstrum is fantastic in that sense.
So Matt, Andrew tweeted at me, this is what the stickers should look like, but it just doesn't for whatever reason. Those fists were bumping a second ago.
Oh crap.
I don't know why it doesn't come up like that. Maybe it's because we're using StreamYard. Like maybe that takes away a function that you get on regular YouTube.
Okay, no, that could be it. But yeah, anyway, Shudder users, go watch Monstrum. It is well worth the time. It's only about 100 minutes, I think. And I love the animals so much. Whatever it's called, it actually is legitimately called Sparkles as a puppy. It's as a demon puppy, it's called Sparkles. And I'm not joking when I say a 1500s demon dog is called Sparkles. It's so good. I'm going for the win, right?
No, you're going to lose. Nope. You're going to go way over again. You hit nothing. I love shit talk.
All right.
It's the worst shit talk ever.
I know you love shit talk. Yes, I agree.
I got it. My reactions to getting that ball back are so delayed. I'm getting better with the behind the back ones.
Nice. Go for the win. Nope, hit the rim. I got it.
Did that go in?
Yeah, it did.
Damn it. All right. This is it. Could all be over here. See what happens.
That's one. There you go. And you still get that back too.
I get that back too, yeah. All
Get
right.
that back.
Oh, I got them both in.
Okay, so take the first cup away.
Yeah.
Leave the ball in the second cup. And if you hit this second shot now, you get to go first in overtime.
Okay.
If you can get it in the cup with the ball, you get to go first in overtime.
I'm so excited.
I know you are.
I'm just happy I finally played well after all that.
I just went to put the cups on my side. I'm like, wait, that's not how this goes. We're not playing in person. Did you see that video Neon uploaded celebrating the year Parasite had? Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, can we talk about how Parasite won the Oscars 3 months ago?
Wait, what
was 3 months ago. It like the Oscars just happened 3 months ago. The fact that it's only been 3 months since.
It's weird. All right, so I go now, right? I go.
You get to go first. Absolutely.
I feel like I'm on a roll right now, and you're just screwed that. You don't stand a chance anymore.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, the balls are all behind like the dog stuff. Hold on. Hold on.
Did you say you had extras? Go with the extras.
I have some extras, but I don't want to take them all out because then I feel like they're just going to be all over the place.
Yeah, but it doesn't make for compelling video to watch you off camera hunting for balls.
I should set up multiple angles so you guys could see like the acrobatics I have to do to get these. All right. This is not the setup I wanted.
No, it's not.
Woo!
There you go. If you can
if
hit
I
one of these
behind the back and it bounces in, does that still count?
Sure, I'll give it to you. I'll do it. If you hit any behind the back, I'll do a shot right now.
It's terrible.
How'd you even try that?
I thought I was going to try a new tactic. Oh, I thought I got that one.
Oh. Perri, you have to win this game.
Your balls flying over there. Oh, I see the other one.
Also, give me a topic. Someone give me something.
Damn it, I need to win this game.
I know you need to win this game.
I still can't believe I've been in New York for 2 months. Isn't that weird?
Yes, it is weird because like I've been here without you for 2 months, and this is so odd because we were talking about doing this like in person. We both have live stream cameras where we can do this easily.
I almost got both of those.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. Jesus. I only won.
Did I distract you?
No, I hit.
You stink. All right.
You stink.
That's the worst I got for you.
I see that.
Ah.
What else? There you go. There's one. Hit one more.
Oh no.
Do you have the doc open? I lost my doc when I crashed.
The doc? Oh, like the Google Doc?
Yeah, topics to actually talk about.
Oh shit, we were gonna talk about the Forever Purge.
Oh shit, yeah. Wait, what happened to Forever? I didn't even actually read that news article.
I think that was another one that was delayed indefinitely.
Right. Okay. So
here's
like,
actually, I've never actually spoken about the Forever Purge.
I was gonna say like that's a film that we knew was coming eventually, but they haven't marketed it yet. Like they haven't done anything for the Forever Purge, and all of a sudden now it's just delayed inevitably. I was talking to my friend Matt Monagle, who's in the chat right now, yesterday with. Or not yesterday, but the other day with the wonderful Megan Navarro, who writes for Bloody Disgusting. And we were talking about basically, like, I feel like horror is a genre that is kind of primed for this kind of scenario because as other films like the Fast and the Furiouses and things of this nature that are made on like 200 million and are made for all this money and can't go VOD, I feel like horror is the one genre where you can get away with it. I feel like horror is made for such little money that you can actually do the VOD way of doing it. And also, again, like I've been reviewing like literally like 3 to 4 horror films a week on VOD, no matter like they're new releases. Like that's not stopping. So like I don't know, like where do you stand on that?
You can't apply that to all horror movies. It's like the same way, because we were chatting about this earlier too, that you can't apply it to all comedies either. It's like nobody knows how much. Did that go in? Fuck. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. This is it.
Hold it.
Fuck. Damn it, Matt. That was my
you had a thought. You had a thought you were saying.
Man, you had to start such a heated conversation during overtime, didn't you?
It's not even overtime. That was a regular game, Perri. That was a regular game. You didn't win.
That went back. I hit 3 in a row. Remember that shit?
Oh, that's right. That was still that one. My bad.
That was like,
I've been drinking before this episode.
that was my big moment of the whole night.
Anyway, you were saying about how you can't really compare it to all horror and things of this nature.
Cool, because also it's relative, especially when you start talking about a lot of the movies that you watch on streaming services. It's like $200 million might seem like nothing to a big studio, but $1 million might be everything some independent filmmakers have, and who knows how much they got paid for something too. So I don't know. There's a million different things you have to add up to actually assess someone's situation and whether or not this is a good time for them or not. But I don't know. Like, maybe horror is better off than most on average, but I don't really see this panning out as a win for anyone.
Yeah, no, it's not a win. By no means is this a win, and by no means is this something that, I don't know, like any of us want to happen. But, you know, when you think about, I think this in a way could be like the death of the mainstream comedy in theaters, because studios are realizing they don't need to put out their comedies in theaters. Again, it's the low budget mentality. It's like you don't need a lot of money to make these films. Like Bad Trip just got sold to Netflix recently.
Bad Trip is the perfect movie to put on Netflix. Do you know what that movie is? I feel like that's the type
it's a Jackass. It's a Jackass
service. Shit. That ball just went behind the cooler and I'm never getting it ever again.
What about The Lovebirds? What about things of that nature? I mean, like all these films that are The King of Staten Island. The thing that's happening now, we keep talking about which movies are going to hit streaming first in this situation, and it's all comedies. It's comedies up and down the board.
Well, I mean, that goes back to the budget, though. I mean, that was predetermined for us. We were never going to be in a situation where a gigantic $100 million plus movie was dropping on one of these.
But this is we had to start thinking about the
think about Trolls and Scoob. I think that's the highest budget we're going to get.
Well, what was The Lovebirds?
I doubt The Lovebirds cost, I don't know, to me, like maximum, maybe that's a $20 million comedy.
All I'm saying is that there is definitely a thematic through line. I was going to say, there's a thematic through line of films that are hitting VOD first, and they all seem to be comedies that hilariously all would have opened at South by. These are all I saw that, Perri, don't worry about it. These are all South by comedies that would have premiered there, and they're all mainstream comedies, but these are the ones that studios are kind of saying, you know what, we don't need to open these in theaters. So I don't know, like I feel like this can shift things, because once again, we don't know how things are going to be when theaters open. That is the big thing. And once we know more, I think that'll dictate.
I think more importantly, we've gone way over tonight, and I think that this game should be all or nothing.
I've won 3 times.
I know.
All or nothing. That's not how this works.
It should
like,
be. It should.
We could play one more game, but like you don't get any all or nothing here. It's like you've won 1 versus against 4.
Let's play one more. Okay. Here's my request to the chat. We're let's pretend that this is like a serious competitive tournament, because if that is something we want to do in the future with more personalities playing in some sort of like round robin type thing, like tell me if it's like suspenseful at all.
So we're just gonna do one more game. The people are gonna be like, is this worth anything?
All right.
Wait, hold on. But as you do this though, Matt Monagle says, do you think we'll see an uptick in animation due to decentralized process? That's a great fucking question. That's why Matt Monagle does podcasts with me, because he's a smart motherfucker. And
which is still,
you know what?
it still doesn't necessarily solve the problem, because how many years does it take to make the typical studio animated movie?
Agreed, but what if you start doing it quicker? And what if you start doing it not on the quality of that we've been seeing? I'm not saying that's a good thing or not saying that'll happen, but I mean, if people are stuck inside, it's the question of like, will extras have work in the coming future in cinema? They won't. The thing is, they won't, because sets will need to be very confined with people and less people. So
I can't wait to share the conversation we had with Greg Nicotero, who chimed in on how it's going to affect his line of work. Because think about how close the makeup effects people have to get to the person they're making up. And also with all that stuff on.
Oh, God.
Well, and then he also had mentioned, like, think about things like craft service, about, you know, the folks serving meals on sets. Like, what if one of the things that we have to do in the future is be encouraged to bring our own food and drink to movie sets, because you can't have a cafeteria-like setting anymore? It's scary how many like subsections of the film industry it could affect. Like, I don't know if that's going to be a thing, but when he brought that up, it did make sense.
Yes, and Rick Fala is saying horror movies going VOD also lose out on the communal theater viewing aspect, but it's also fun to just get spooked in your own house. I agree with that. And again, this is something I've talked about with Monocle on our podcast. It's the fact that I watched a movie like One Cut of the Dead by myself, and I thought it was fine, when everyone else I talked to thought it was the best horror movie of the year because they saw it in a theater with everyone else. And there are some movies that just benefit from the communal aspect. And like, I think they are going to get lost. They're going to get lost in the shuffle, because at home, it's just not the same thing of being a little drunk with your friends out in the theater watching something that benefits that kind of vibe versus you being.
Unless watch-alongs and viewing parties take off. I mean, I still feel like we're in a phase where a lot of people don't really know how to do them, or aren't used to them yet.
I don't think that takes over, because it's still you watching at home. It's not you watching in a theater, because in a theater, you're feeding off the energy of other people in person. And it's one thing to watch a movie with a tweet along that you're not really dealing with in person. Because honestly, to me, that's more distracting. To me, I don't want to do a tweet along to a film I haven't seen yet.
I'll only do it with movies I've seen.
Right, exactly. You never do a live tweet for something you haven't seen yet. It's I don't know. This is all things. So, all right, you want to do one final deathmatch tournament?
All right, yeah, you go.
I was going to say there is going to be no benefit. There's going to be no beneficial banter here. This is just a tournament, or not even a tournament. This is the final game that Perri gets to do.
You guys be like the commentators. Or I hope you get into it. I don't know.
We'll see what happens. All right, I'm going to start. 1, 2.
Why? Why do we have to start?
Perri, you wanted this. You wanted this. Just kidding.
All right. Only 2. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm grabbing a beer while you do this.
That second one was not fair. I should have gone in.
So you hit none.
I hit absolutely nothing.
Okay.
I don't know where my other ball went.
All right. I got 2 here.
The sound of a ping pong ball is so satisfying. Ugh, that went in.
Yeah, it did.
I can't, guys. Can't stand it. All right, Matt, I cave. You're too good. If I were playing you in person, I would be distracting you all over the place.
Would it be the same, though?
Why aren't they going in?
Why aren't they going in, Perri?
All right, that one went in. Wait, where do you stand on the blowing rule? Like, it's fine, a normal play, right?
You know what? If you can run all the way to the other side of the table and blow the ball out.
But it'd be blowing my own ball out.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're blowing your own ball. Yeah. Also,
if I can do that, can I get 2 cups?
No, not at all. Absolutely not.
So then, what's the point?
Also, I'm not. I am anti-fingering and blowing.
Someone
so leave it there. I'm not gonna add. Not gonna add any context. I am anti-fingering and blowing.
Stop saying that. Did that just go in?
It did.
It did?
Yeah, it totally did.
God damn it. Matt, why are you so good? I suck tonight. I got one in. Can I keep shooting this one?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to get that front cup. I wish I could call ISO right now and get 2.
Why not?
I got it.
You did.
Now I gotta get so many more.
Yeah. Just gonna bring my mic down just so it's.
What's happening right now?
Oh, it doesn't matter, but it's very valiant.
It's just like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just happy I'm getting so many in a row.
There you go.
What is this? If I get all of them now, that's fucked up.
It is. I mean, again, it doesn't matter, but.
Matt!
If only you could have done that when it mattered.
Do you see how many cups I just hit in a row, though?
Yeah, no, I did. When it didn't matter.
All right. I have a conclusion right now.
What is that?
Well, there's a ball in the dirt, the plant pot dirt over there. So that's one thing.
The plant. Okay.
I think we need to figure out a way for us to play 2 other people.
So I think I figured that out already because we can set up the cups that are.
Everyone's real impressed by me when there's no pressure. Apparently, then I'm okay.
That was an outstanding showing of beer pong when it didn't matter, which is great.
It's the story of my life.
No, but I think there's an easy way to do this. Is we set up 10 cup for 4 different people, and whoever's on the same team, it's like, okay, if you hit front left, I will grab front left, and then I'll take my turn. It's pretty easy to do.
All right, it's just mimicking it.
Yeah, it's mimicry. It's not that hard. And again, I think this will be a fun way if people at home who are watching us. I don't know why you're watching us. I actually don't. This is ridiculous. We're just playing beer pong and talking about movies.
It's fun.
But if you are, we want to get you involved. So it's like once a week we pull in 2 people to play with us, and they get to be on the live stream, and they get to ask us whatever they want.
All right. Let's make this official. We got to figure out. All right. How about before we go crazy and start with like a tournament or something? Do you want to do that for next?
Not
do you
yet.
want to do that for next week though? Like we'll play and we'll live stream for an hour, and then when we're done, we'll send 2 people a link of their own, and they could play with us.
Yeah, and it gets to be on the live stream. They get to ask us whatever the hell they want.
How do we decide who gets to play with us though?
That's what we have to figure out. Is it going to be like trivia? Is it going to be like grab bag? Do me and you pick one person each? And here's the other thing. We can do it where we both pick one person, and then we have an ongoing tally of Perri versus Matt, and we see after just something like that.
I think, all right, I'm not going to make this an official thing unless Matt okays it, because this is our thing together. What if we put the call out now, and the goal is just tweet at both me and Matt and try to convince us that you are the best partner, whether that's with a video, just like typing something in to say you're real good at beer pong, anything at all.
Or showing us your skills. I mean, set it up at home and show us what you can do.
Possible too. And between now and next week, we both have to decide, and then we'll go for it.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's fine. So this is the thing. Now we're going to be playing against each other, as long as you know that.
Okay. No, I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna,
because you just lost 4 in a row.
When I shoot the ball, though, I'm just going to pretend the game is over, and then I'll hit 5 in a row.
I was going to say, as long as it's not pressure, as long as you're not thinking
I should clip that part of the video out and be like, look how good I am. Like, what just happened? What just happened?
You can edit this however you want, Perri.
It was so good. I was so good all of a sudden.
I love how you're stuck in this. You were actually stuck in this moment.
I know.
You're broken.
It's terrible. All right. We should say goodbye.
We should.
We've been here for so long. Look at all you guys. All right. So get on it. Try to pitch one of us if you want to be our partner for beer pong next week. And we're going to pick 2 people, and we're going to play after the live stream. So get on it. Go follow that guy. that guy.
At Denial Bomb.
And go read all of his stuff and listen to his podcast and stuff like that. And you can follow me at P. Nemiroff. And that's it. And I didn't splash my computer. It's been a good night.
Good for you.
I hope you guys had fun. It was fun playing beer pong with you guys. Night, everyone. Bye.